What's going on, everyone? So Los Angeles Lakers are right in the thick of it, 20-14 on the season. They are currently the 4th seed, and that's just because they have one more win in the win column than the Denver Nuggets. But they are 2 games back of the 3 seed in the Houston Rockets, and only 2.5 games, 3 games back from the 2 seed. So they are right in the mix. Now, they do have to be careful, however, because they're also only 2-3 games back from being out of the play-in entirely. So they need to make sure that they are still handling business, staying ahead of the curve, and playing the right way. Keep stacking up these wins. And look, this month of January, they really could gain some traction. And also February, but we'll talk about that when we get closer to February, right? But you look at the schedule coming up. Houston is huge, right? Because if you beat Houston, you'd have a full game on Houston. I do have some of concerns of Houston because Lakers have really struggled with teams like them, right? Like Detroit, for example. Just big, long, lengthy, physical, athletic teams like Houston. I do have my concerns, but you should be able to handle business. You are now going on this, Texas road trip where you play the Houston Rockets, and then you're going to play the Dallas Mavericks without Luka, or supposedly without Luka. You know how it goes with the Lakers. Anytime somebody's leg could fall off, and it'll magically Deadpool grow back when it's time to play the Lakers. But you got the Dallas Mavericks coming up there, the Charlotte Hornets, and then you got the Spurs twice, which I don't know why the NBA keeps stacking games. The Spurs, too. The Spurs play 2 of the same teams twice in a row, 4 different times or whatever. It's crazy. But this first stretch of games, in all honesty, you should probably go 4-1, right? And that being the Spurs, maybe you'll lose one of the Spurs games, although both are at home. And you've already beaten the Spurs twice. But again, it's really hard to beat anybody. And this Spurs team is very different. They're a very good basketball team. It's really hard to sweep a team in a season, for one, unless you're the Sacramento Kings. And 2, it's just you're playing them twice in a 2-day span. That's tough, right? And they're going to want revenge because you beat them twice in their home, right? So, okay, I could justify, bare minimum, you have to go 3-2. Right, you have to beat the Spurs once, the Hornets, and the Mavs. Minimum. Houston, I want to see the Lakers beat. I have my concerns about that. But then you look at kind of going forward, right? After that, you got the Miami Heat. Very winnable game. They are a dumpster fire right now. Do they get a trade done by January 15th? And then, maybe they're better or they're different. But even if they do pull off a trade and they trade Jimmy Butler, they're probably going to be in a tough spot. But they're an absolute mess right now. They should be a team that you should be able to beat. The Brooklyn Nets, right? D'Lo revenge game. He's probably going to drop 40, but, you live with that and you beat the Brooklyn Nets. Also going to be a Dorian Finney Smith revenge game, so to speak. And then you look at the Clippers, who they're going to have Kawhi back at that point. Assuming he can stay healthy between now and then. But, yeah, he's going to be back, so that's a tough matchup. Wizards game should be easy. Nothing's ever easy for the Lakers, but you get my point, right? And then the Celtics, which is probably the only game that you could really justify losing, right? Where it's they're the best team in the league. We saw what happened with the Cavs game. Lakers still need trades, right? We'll touch on that here in a moment, but you just kind of look at the Celtics, and then finally you got the Golden State Warriors, the Charlotte Hornets, the 76ers, and the Wizards to round out. And in all honesty, they should, in these 14 games that they have, right? Or, yeah, in all honesty, you should be able to win, 10 of them, right? 30-18, something like that, right? By the time this month is over, going into the next month, I really do think that the Lakers have the potential to do that. Or at least, hopefully, they do that, right? You never really know with this Lakers team, if we're being honest. But, this is a huge opportunity, right? You made the first trade, right? I talked about. You need to make that exhale trade, the pressure trade. Take the pressure off. You need to make that move where it's like, okay, and they ended up making that Dorian Finney Smith trade, which he's been great. He's been fantastic for the Lakers. Seriously, he's been excellent. He's been everything we could ask for and then some. Um, the impact on the defensive side, the way that he is just working and doing the little things, doing the dirty work, playing defense, like he's everywhere on the basketball court. It's great to see. He's only played 3 games now, but like, look, he's only going to get more comfortable. He's going to only continue to get better. He's everything this team needs, and so in my opinion, was probably the hardest acquisition that the Lakers could have gotten. Right, like an upgrade at the guard position and the center position is probably the easiest, right? Because you just need a backup center, and then on top of the backup center, you just need or you just need that kind of point of attack, like a Bruce Brown or a Malcolm Brogdon or something like that, right? Like, so you took that initial pressure off with the trade for Dorian Finney Smith. That doesn't mean you don't do anything now. It doesn't mean that, Rob Pelinka gets to kick his legs up on the desk and just call it a day, right? Like, no, you still got to be active, doing your due diligence, but Dorian Finney Smith is only going to improve. He's only going to impact the Lakers and their winning, right? Guys, Jared Vanderbilt is expected to return, hopefully relatively soon. Christian Wood hopefully will be back, mid-January. By like the end of January, we should have everybody healthy and starting to kind of figure some stuff out here, getting ready to get into that trade deadline, right? Trade deadline's January 6th. This is huge, right? And look, job's not finished, but the fact that the Lakers are still winning and the fact that the Lakers are still, staying in the thick of it is very good for the trade market, because what it does is it allows Rob Pelinka to continue to remain patient, to continue to kind of have some leverage in conversations, right? Because teams, like, if the Lakers were the 12th seed right now, the conversations are very different than the Lakers being the 4th seed. Because now teams, you're approaching them from a point of, hey, we'd like rather than we need, right? You're coming from a place of non-desperation rather than a place of desperation, because now you have this team that is competing and it is playing well, and you were able to just go get a 3-and-D wing that multiple teams were active in trying to get, and you were able to get him on a reasonable price, right? Like, this is great. It's a great spot for the Lakers to be in, and to have that negotiation power, and to have kind of that, like, again, like, hey, we're not desperate here, right? If we can get a deal done, we can make a move, great, let's do it. But we're not just giving things away. We're not just doing things just to say we did it. And I'm okay with Rob being patient. And I've talked about this numerous times, even before the Dorian Finney-Smith trade, talked about patience. And like, let's judge him what the end result is. And so far, he got Dorian Finney-Smith, which is huge. Day'Ron Sharpe, not Day'Ron Sharpe, Shake Milton, I think, is also very sneaky. I know last game he didn't have the greatest game, but he's a guy that I think could fill in some rotation minutes. But you got this, the new look Lakers, right? Hopefully there's more pieces to add to the image that you see on screen, right? Like, hopefully there's more to, this squad that you could add, and maybe get another piece or two, and it's like, okay, let's go. Let's get off to the races here. I think this is a very good team. I don't think that they are, great or top 5 or anything like that. They've been very good defensively. Max Christie has been fantastic for the Lakers, right? Ever since the Lakers brought him into the starting unit, they're 8-3 in those 11 games. They have the 5th best ranked defense, right? Like, Lakers are doing some things. Lakers are absolutely doing some things. And so I need to see the Lakers continue to do those things. I need to see the Lakers continue to be aggressive. I need to see the Lakers continue to rattle off some wins here, and just, like I said earlier, stay ahead of the curve to an extent, right? Like, it's a real opportunity for them. But you got a lot of work ahead. Job's not finished for Rob Pelinka nor the Lakers. But I really love seeing that the Lakers are just right in the mix. They're right in the middle, right in the thick of it. And that in and of itself is very exciting. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? What do you make of the Lakers situation? Are you excited? Are you pumped? Do you think that they need a trade? They don't need a trade? Stand pat? Don't stand pat? What do you think of their January schedule? Are you excited for it? Do you think that this is a schedule that is very winnable for the Lakers? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are. Either way, love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.